Hello, this is Sarah Braasch. Welcome back to my channel. So I really just wanted to do a quick impromptu video, and I really just wanted to make a very simple statement. I wanted to talk about Professor Jason Stanley of Yale University. He is a professor in the philosophy department. He's one of my advisors, and what I want to say about him is that he is one of the most wonderful people in the world. He's a genius, and he's also just pretty much the best person in the whole world. And I know he's been getting some heat on Twitter lately. He got sort of mini-mobbed, and that's not an isolated incident. And I just really want to make sure that the whole world knows that he's just an absolutely fabulous and wonderful, brilliant person, kind, amazing, principled, and I don't have anything negative to say about him at all. I have nothing but wonderful things to say about him. And I just want to make sure that the whole world knows that. Jason has stood by my side during the entire living or napping while black hate crime hoax at Yale. He fought tirelessly to save me, to save my lifelong human and civil rights, academic and legal careers. Not only Jason, the entire faculty in the philosophy department at Yale University and many persons in the law school did as well. As I've mentioned repeatedly before, the Yale General Counsel told my then attorney that they were absolutely shocked at the way that the faculty fought tirelessly to save me, to save my life and career, and went to bat for me. They couldn't even believe it. And that includes Jason Stanley. He's a wonderful person. He's a very principled person. They not only stood up for me during the living or napping while black hate crime hoax at Yale in the spring of 2018, of course, but they also stood up for me in the spring of 2015 when I was socially ousted from the philosophy department by the other graduate students because I stood up for the federal civil rights, the religious expression rights of an evangelical black man who happened to be our only person of color job candidate for a tenured track assistant professor position. And then those graduate students went to the Yale administration and they tried to have me disciplined. They were even trying to have me expelled. And I was told later that the reason why the Yale administration did not take any disciplinary action against me at that time in the spring of 2015 is because the Yale faculty, and including Jason Stanley, stood up for me. And that job candidate was actually, well, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that because I don't want to say anything that would reveal that person's identity. So I just want to say that, and the reason why it's so just completely ludicrous that now I'm being accused of racism when I actually fought. I risked my career at great personal cost to stand up and to fight for a black man to have access to the allegedly white space of Yale in the spring of 2015. And also at the time, I was standing up for his religious expression rights. And at the time, I considered myself to be an anti-religion advocate. But you know why I did it? And I would do it again in a heartbeat, even though it led to incredible misery and pain for me, and that pain is ongoing, because I absolutely believe that the reason why the Yale administration was so thrilled when Lolata Siambola and Jean-Louis Renison approached them after February 24th, 2018, and falsely accused me of having perpetrated a racist hate crime comparable to a lynching on February 24th, 2018, when of course I did nothing of the kind. I simply had a reasonable concern for my personal safety, and I responded appropriately thereto. That was it. But I think that the reason why the Yale administration was so absolutely thrilled to entertain that obviously grotesque, grotesquely false accusation is because they'd been salivating for another bite at the expulsion apple for some time. They really had. And I don't think at all that it's a coincidence that I was also almost done with my PhD dissertation, which I consider to be my Saving the World project, which is an analysis of how to undermine the oppression inherent in our most powerful social institutions. And no, I don't think it's a coincidence that one of our most powerful social institutions set out on a campaign to destroy my life and to destroy my career and to drive me to suicide, quite honestly. I know for a fact that many persons inside of Yale, inside of the administration, told Yale President Peter Salovey not to release his August 1st, 2018 statement because it would put my life in danger and would probably drive me to suicide. And also it was just immoral, illegal, grossly defamatory, and disgusting. It was a disgusting lie. But the reason why in spring 2015 I stood up for the religious expression rights of an evangelical black man, even though I considered myself to be an anti-religion advocate at the time, was because I'm also consider myself to be a profoundly committed civil libertarian and free speech advocate. Not an absolutist about free speech, but I have a very profound commitment to free speech. And that's why I did that, even though I also considered myself to be an anti-religion advocate, because I'm principled, because my commitment to civil liberties and due process and free speech is principled, unlike that of the woke intersectional feminists. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I really just wanted to say that Professor Jason Stanley of Yale University is a fabulous person, and he's a principled person, and he's a brilliant person, and I have nothing but admiration and respect for him, and I just wanted to make sure that the whole world knows that. Okay, thank you so much.